Good afternoon, Dr. Slayers. Hope your day's going well. Mine's not. I've been sitting in this chair for an hour trying to do this. I don't know how you do it all the time for all those online ones that I actually do watch. So let's get into this. Just a small look at FAU, and you probably know all this, but the undergrad enrollment is 24,000 students. There's 8 men's teams, nine women's teams, obviously following the Title IX stuff, and they have a bowl game there too at home, which their football team has played in a couple times. First, I'm going to look at the public relations aspect. Support the community. It's the biggest thing. If you support the community in any way possible, reading books to kids, high-fiving them as they get off the bus to go into school, it's going to make an impact on their life. And then when they go home, they're going to brag to their parents and say, oh my God, so-and-so came. Can we go to their game? They were talking about it. I really want to go. And then if they go to the game, that brings up the attendance on game day. That's going to lead to merchandise sales because they're obviously going to want to get the foam finger, a hat, or something. And then obviously you got to get the concessions. You got to get the hot dog, the soda, the popcorn, the nachos, all that. So with that, obviously the concessions are going up, the ticket sales, and that could all potentially lead to season passes selling more too because a family could realize, oh, this is actually really a lot of fun. And I think that is one of the biggest aspects for revenue. So, you want to drink for a second? Next step was the alumni. The biggest thing is to market and communicate regularly with the alumni. Obviously, when a normal person, not normal, but when a non-athlete graduates college, not many of them go back unless it's for like the homecoming or stuff. They really don't feel obligated. Athletes, it's different things. We have that connection with the university already. So, creating alumni days for each sport, not just overall for the university, have each sport have their own alumni day where you invite the alumni back, you have a brunch or something, a tailgate before the game or a match or whatever, and then lead to mentioning that there's a gala later down the road for all alumni. That'll lead, and with that you can start putting more of a heavier focus on the donation aspect that we already got you in and now we need your money. Sports camps. Huge supporter of this. This is a thing that I think most sports should utilize. Not many do. I know a lot of soccer teams do because it's a lot easier for soccer. So it's basically free recruiting. People will pay your registration fee to come play in front of you. And I've seen people travel from Texas to Myrtle Beach. They're going to travel because they want their son or daughter to get time in front of a college coach. That's going to lead to media attention, covering stuff like that, and merchandise sales, because if they're there, they're obviously not going to do the whole day travel in just one day and then drive right home. If it's a 2-day event, they're going to have time. They're going to walk around campus, see how they feel about it, because obviously they have an interest in it, and then they're going to go to the bookstore, get merchandise, everything, the whole 9 yards. Now for the expenses. There's a bunch of hairy things that I know a lot of teams do that are more luxuries than necessities. For example, number of nights spent in a hotel. Say if a team has a game Wednesday. We're just using Wednesday because it kind of makes it easier for me to explain. So some of them will leave Monday night or Tuesday morning. So that's missing at least 1 or 2 days of class to travel there. Games on Wednesday. And then they'll stay an extra night at the hotel so they could go recover in the hotel and then drive back the next morning. Now that's leading to missed class time and really at least one extra night of a hotel room that you really didn't need and you were just using it more as a luxury because you had the money. If you cut back that expense, that's going to save you so much money. As I said in my paper, it's like $30,000 just for one night on average. Also, where are the teams eating? These teams, obviously, one team has so-and-so athletes, one has 6 athletes, like a golf team. They're going to have a little more money to spend on nicer meals and stuff. But do they all have to go max out the budget? No. It's very simple to go through and spend $15 on a dinner. That's a lot of money, but I see teams spending $20 on a meal. Your breakfast is included with the hotel most of the time with the contracts, or you get it, catered. And a lunch is usually around $10. And then the next thing is, how are the teams traveling? Obviously, sometimes they have to charter a plane because they have so many people, but teams are using planes as a luxury because they don't want to drive. And I understand that. Driving's not fun. I sat on the bus with the Coastal soccer team twice. We went to Kentucky and we went to West Virginia, and it was a long ride. We only flew twice this year, and that was to Texas and Arkansas when we really had to. I think that the coaches are using this stuff more as a luxury to make the athletes feel better than really, we're here for business and that's it. They're doing the things like, Coastal Soccer, when they were out in Oregon for the tournament, they went to a Portland game because they had alumni there. That is going to help eventually the revenue, because obviously, yes, you're going there, but you're supporting alumni. The alumni are going to support you. And equipment. This is a huge thing because obviously everybody wants the bling bling. They want to look nice. You look at the Clemson, you look at the Bama. They have more gear from 1 year than I have all 4 years of my college career. It's crazy. And all their stuff is custom. A lot of these schools, they're making custom stuff for all their programs, and they're all different. And it's so much of a money pit that they're spending so much extra money for stuff like practice gear and stuff that that nobody sees. It's gonna get dirty and everything. You're using it every day, and I think that if you cut down and just use not generic stuff, but you use your sponsor, but you just get a plain color, your school color with the team on it. That's about it. That's all the people need. Obviously, you could go a little more on the travel stuff, but when you're giving out 5 t-shirts for practice and they each cost $50 when it could have cost $25 because you didn't do any customizations to it, that saves a lot of money. When you look at it, you have 8 men's teams, 9 women teams. That's so much money that's just going to luxury stuff that the athletes don't really need, because the look of the clothing isn't going to determine how they play. So really just look at what they really need to play. And I'm pretty sure that's about it. That's all I have for you. Thank you. I'm hoping this is good enough for you. I hope this is what you wanted. I do want to also thank you for everything you've done for me through college. Happy to finally be graduating, and I hope I can use you as a reference later in life. Thanks.